4-man mosh pit followed by Entomb. Oh no!
Oh, a huge light bomb coming in on the Genji, and that's a 5-man light bomb. They're gonna follow up, and they're gonna get 1, 2, 3 kills.
And it's gonna be everybody dying. Oh my god, when does this happen? Everybody's dead!
G'day, everyone. Well, maybe just one, maybe just Tezek for now, but thank you at least coming along so far. Yeah. Welcome back to another Nexus Gaming Series cast. Today, I'm probably just going to end up doing a bunch of Division C games, starting off with the Division C East game of All Random, All Middle Age versus Cho and Gall Rescue Rangers. So this should be a fun series. I've heard a few things about it already, and I've now immediately had my thoughts echoed in Tezek, he apparently getting 3 wins in a best of 3. Which, solid effort, but not quite how that works. However, as I do kind of say, I try to keep myself unaware of what the results are for each map, despite it being a replay. I like going into this blindly, so lack of spoilers is usually appreciated, so I can kind of do a fair and even cast of both teams, because I definitely get more excited when I'm doing that. Anyway, on the left-hand side, All Random, All Middle Age had banned out both the Ultirac Pass and Braxis Holdout. I forget the name of that map because often I'm just like, it's there. Cho and Gall Rangers, Rescue Rangers, oh gosh, that's going to be annoying to say, banned out the Cursed Hollow and Garden of Terror, and that leads us to Towers of Doom, a map I haven't actually had to cast this season so far, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into the game. We don't remember how the streaming thing works. So if I have this the right way around, Rescue Rangers is on the right-hand side where we have Tezek on the Mei. Frank is on the Junkrat. Fading Cheshi is on the Jaina. Grave Robber 9 is on the Brightwing. I wonder what happened to the other 8. And Imsky is on Cheshi. Okay. And Imsky is on the Malfail. Then on left-hand side we have Poppin' Fresh on the Dahaka. Storm Stoic on the Tigers. I was just about to call Mini Gun Man. Jugger Rob is on the Varian, which assumes going to be Taunt. Barber on the Thrall, and Muffin Man is on my favorite hero, so definitely going to be some bias here. Ufa. I love Ufa. I look like Ufa. Anyway, we're just going to have a general trading out at the start of abilities and such. We do see that the wave clear advantage is over to Cho and Gall Rescue Rangers. Jaina, Junkrat, both amazing for clearing waves. Well, we're probably going to have a 4-man Thrall, I imagine, or we're going to have a 1-1 free split. Either way will be interesting. If there's a 1-1 free split, it makes things much harder for Imsky. But if it's just Dahaka double soaking and Barber's going to eventually join the 4-man, it's at least going to make it a bit easier for Leoric. Not Leoric, Malfail. But it does make it harder for the 3-man of All Random or Middle Age to kind of defend this lane, especially because Varian, as we all know, isn't a real boy till 4. He kind of has his like sword, he's ready to go, but really until he ever gets a shield, a second sword, or his sword suddenly grows in size, he isn't really known for his ability prior to level 4. And meanwhile, they do scout the trap is in the bush. Tezek is looking to see if they can get aggressive on here. Juggerob, however, holding high enough so they aren't able to. Let's have a quick look at talents while we're just getting, again, trading of abilities. The only second quests we have are on the side of All Random, All Middle Age. We actually have a Crash Lightning Thrall, which I really want to counter. It's like, will this happen? Because I keep seeing queues where nothing quite hits the mark. Heart's Agility, Dahaka, and Wave of Light, Ufa, which is kind of what you need if you want to solo heals Ufa. We just see him walk up and slap Tezek in the head with a hammer, but Tezek ultimately fine. The bear pajamas she's wearing, the panda pajamas she's wearing to be exact, keeps her safe from any hammers. Right, and let's see, is it Taunt? It is indeed Taunt, what a surprise. Yep, so level 4s are now through actually pretty much at the same time for both teams, as Poppin' Fresh is trying their best to kind of slow down Imsky from rotating. And they're actually doing, both offlaners doing very well to keep up with each other. Well, specifically, Poppin' Fresh is doing very well to keep up with Malfail. Malfail is a very hard one to keep up with in terms of soak. Tazak is in an awkward situation. Grave Robber does jump down as well. Juggerob, however, is now for one of the awkward situation. May is going to do their best to body block them. Juggerob just kind of moving left, moving right. Tazak unable to quite hold them in. And yeah, Imski, as you found out, pajamas save you from... I feel like I'm about to give bad advice. Let's not say pajamas save you from hammers. I don't want to be the one who goes like, oh, but this guy from New Zealand said this. I'm like, don't listen to me, I'm a dumbass. But yeah, we are coming up to... Oh, we're getting an early charge from Varian. Varian is now very separated from the team. The team wasn't quite able to follow up. Muffin Man wasn't there with Hammer. Stoic and Barber were also a bit further back. As you see, fading, Cheshi is now channeling objective. This team of all random, all middle age aren't able to step in. Poppin' Fresh uses Burrow. Does actually get the tongue onto Jaina. Jaina now in awkward situations. They're just getting collapsed upon. That triple front line with all that CC just meant Jaina was not able to escape, and they go down. And then Malfoy did come down to join the party at the end, just was a little bit too late. But 2 objectives over to the side of all random, all middle age, and 1 over to Chongal Rescue. Wait, no, one over to all random, all middle age, 2 over to Chongal Rescue Rangers. I just looked at the numbers and went, all random, all middle age lost 8. That's them taking 2. No, they did take 2, yes, but they did not get 2 of those objectives. And now we're back to soaking. We're going to see, oh, camp time. Oh, another camp time. Oh, Imski's just being ran down by Barber. Barber throws out some lightning. Barber hits things with a hammer. Back to camps. Back to lanes. Back to camps again. We're looking at an invade. Juggerob finds it. Muffin Man steps up. Taunt comes out on May. No, Taunt comes on Jaina. Stun was on May. Juggerob in danger. Juggerob in danger. Cleanse used by Ufa. Juggerob gets leave. Muffin Man is now in danger as well. Barber is getting peppered down as well, just in the back line. However, it is now going to be a 5v5 as all members have collapsed. But it is very much... Oh no. Chongal Rescue Rangers are all still wanting to step onto this. Muffin Man trying their best to stay on it. Juggerob going in with 400 health. However, they will be going down with that 400 health. And now that will be a get out for the side of ARAM, or Animal Middle Age, as that is quite a few sappers being run into the keep. And we do now see Frauds a little bit danger, and these objectives are coming up now. I know, Juggerob, but at least it was a valiant effort, and I liked the effort. But we do see now next objectives are coming out. No, I don't know if... Okay, we do get a little bit of stall from Muffin Man. Tongue from Poppin' Fresh does manage to dodge the Blizzard by just moving around. We actually have that Burrow talent where he pops up that does a knockback. We do now have a full 5v5 coming up. Talents... levels are even, talents are even. There's no specific advantage anywhere. They probably can blow up Tazak if they get a decent enough hit of him, but we do see Juggerob is rotating around the long way, so we do have to wait a little bit till they get back. Muffin Man is just eating those traps. We do hear Hammer coming out. We do see actually Poppin' Fresh getting relatively low. Tazak taunted. And as I said, that's an excellent ice block. They just needed that CC chain. If they stop that ice block, Tazak may have actually died there. However, because of the ice block, because of a phase shift, that means May was able to live. Meanwhile, Ufa is just eating these traps and grenades, and they're actually in a lot of danger. Poppin' Fresh now relatively low. That'll be Poppin' Fresh going down first. That'll be Ufa going down second. Juggerob also looking like to be in a bit of danger, as now there's level advantage, as Ufa's just spamming the Q on him, dead. He's like, please, please. And actually, Juggerob is able to get out just with that spirit form Ufa holding on to him for dear life, going, you're not dying on me yet. And that is 2 more objectives being taken by the side of Rescue Rangers. This does very much change when 10s come through, however. There are some very good tools. Okay, yes, there's always very good tools that both sides pick up at level 10. They both get their heroics. That's a redundant sentence. However, you're now suddenly getting at level 10 a lot of that extra kind of reach you need if you are all random or middle age. Chongal Rangers, yeah, sure, have a lot of very good abilities still. They're going to get things like, I imagine, Ice Wall. I can just actually run through it because level 10s came through right now. We see Last Rites Malfoy, which, very good finisher. If you've got something like an Ufa who doesn't heal up very fast, that's probably good. But here we see the stun chain, and that is them going down. We see Avalanche coming out. Actually, Ufa was the only one found, but Ufa is D-shield. I imagine we're going to see it popped if he's feeling like he's a bit too much danger. However, 15 armor is a lot. Nope, there is the D-shield. Wonder if that would have been a bit better out sooner, but we do now have a 5v4. But Magic face shift up, Muffin Man's actually going to go down to that last rights. We see Stoics in a bit of danger, trying their best to get out. Does get Grenade to mean Tazak is no longer body blocking them. There's face shift, Jogger Rob also barely holding on. Ufa being alive, helping so much of that. And that is another, I guess it was another 1-for-1 in all honesty, but the thing is, Brightwing did have face shift to get back and was able to did mean that the last kill was kind of picked up, but I do wonder if D-Shield should have been a bit earlier when Ufa was just kind of sitting under that, like just here under this gate. Either way, we do have now, they're still even experiences the weirdest thing, like, they're just staying step for step in each other with experience. There's no clear advantage. But this will be an interesting fight, and I'd never fully covered ults, but hey, we're getting down to a fight now anyway. As Dahaka looks for Tongue, doesn't quite find anything. That's Taunt coming out, that's Root coming out, that's the Stun coming out, that is Sage coming out. Again, May manages to get the Icebox off, and that holds on long enough. And actually, we see Emerald win now. Poppin' Fresh and Barbara in a dangerous situation. We see Q's coming off. We do see two members of the side of All Random All Mage going down, and we see Juggernaut getting low. Blind coming out, but no, that's already basically the fight decided. That is the last rights used. Juggerrob just a bit too high on health, so didn't quite affect him. Avalanche used. Juggerrob charging in, feeling a bit overzealous, going, yeah, Brightwing. Then going, maybe not. There's 4 people there still. That's a dangerous plan. I'm leaving. But no, that will be a another objective going over to Rescue Rangers, as they are now getting hidden experience, as All Random All Middle Age is offlaner was dead for that period, which not quite ideal, and we do see bottom tower being taken. They probably should defend here, but no, they're all kind of rotating up safely to camp, but they do have 13 advantage now. Now actually cover on Heroics. Now it hasn't finally gone over. Avalanche May. Water Elemental from Jaina. Riptide Junkrat. Emerald Wind Brightwing. Last Right's Mouth. On the other hand side, we have Taunt at level 4 from Varian. We did have the Isolation Dahaka. Sundering Thrall. Ufa went D-Shield, and Tygus went Odin, but I don't think we saw it that fight. No, he still has it up. 13s, however, are now through for All Random All Middle Age. They're going to have a valiant effort at defense here, as they are just clearing out these sappers. They don't really want those extra shots in. Good Sunder, however, Frank does get that Reptile off barely before he's interrupted. God, just watching these traps chase people around, you're like, man, what a... Junkrat is such a good hero to have him into these heavy frontline comps, because he can do so well at zoning them all out. PTSD, I don't know what's happening. I'm just saying, okay, when I usually refer to people in game, I usually refer to the character they're playing. So if I do say something that's like, it's actually not that, please keep that in mind. We do see faces coming out. We do actually see, I don't know who's been stunned for 10,000 years. It's actually Juggernaut who's been stunned for about 10,000 years. Good D-Shield by Ufa, meaning that Malfail will not get that stack yet. Pop and Fresh are in a bit too much danger, and that is our Emerald Wind pushing back in. Then Ufa follows not soon after. Frank, what? 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 I'm confused. Okay, cool. I'll try to keep it in mind, but if I do say he or she, I will say that I do typically refer to the hero that's being played and not the person playing the hero itself. But yep, I got it now. I will try to remember, but I am not perfect. I am in fact a dumb. I am in fact that dumb sometimes. Oh my gosh, all these traps. Okay, I can understand the PTSD now. Do we just see Juggernaut just hasn't moved on like their own volition for a while? And also, hi Raka, hope you're doing well. We do see Harry coming out as this is not looking good if you're all random all middle age. You have a lot you need to get back into this game. That is a 29-point deficit that you have in terms of core shots. Like, in saying that, this is a map. This is Towers of Doom. This is one of those maps where if you're going to come back from a deficit on any map, this is the one. This is one of my favorite maps for that reason. I love stressful playing it, do not get me wrong, because everything can be going well, then suddenly you just get slapped like 4 or 5 times in a row and you lost. but if you're behind, at least you know this is like the one map you can probably come back into. And imagine we're going to see objectives getting called. Literally, as I was saying it, I was about to say, I imagine we can see objectives getting called soon, but there it is. Tazik is Crouching Tiger hitting May, as we do see Storm Stoic does actually manage to dodge the avalanche of that quick little E. And we do now actually see Brightwing is in a bit of danger, and Brightwing does get stunned out at Emerald Wind. And while, yes, Taunt Variant is down, they do have the other frontliners, Muffin Man getting relatively low, does drop that D-Shield last moment, so they are able to survive. Tazik tries to interrupt the Maze slide. Actually, Ufa will go down to, I think it was just a Q from Jaishi. But we do now see that the blue team is trying to get what ultras they can. They managed to get the top right. Are they going to be able to get the top left? Yes! No, barely not. They actually need to keep this win if they want to stay alive. We do see Isolation coming out, doesn't quite find its mark. And we do see actually Thrall finishing out his quest now, which I actually didn't know how far through they were on that, so good that they finished it now. But we're now in a very difficult spot for all random, all middle age. They need to make sure that A, boss isn't taken by Cho and Gall Rangers. B, they need to make sure that that sappers can't push through any of the lanes, so they need to get Biffus back soon, because we see that Junkrat and, well, Frank and Grave Robber are working on their win condition bottom. But boss at least is being taken off the map, and even for boss timings, I think it's one of the longer respawns for bosses, 5 minutes. I think rests are like 4:34. I can't quite recall of that map off the top of my head. But we do now see the defense needs to come out bottom. We're even levels once again, which, considering how it's been going for all random, all middle age, a bit surprising almost, considering that they have kind of had a tough run of it this game. But here we'll see where we go. As you do see the Odin getting dropped, they very much want to make sure these sappers don't get through. Taunt comes out just before Avalanche can. We do see that is for Queen's Crest, Junkrat, Riptide pushing Stoic back in, Stoic having to use a little dash to get out. We do see Dahaka has been moved away from the rest of the team. There's still one sapper up just in there. We can see it. We see Muffin Man pops that T-Shield once again. That is getting awfully close to blowing up, but no, the sapper doesn't quite find its mark. And that is a very good defense from Rescue Rangers. That was literally, the sapper was like hairish. Like one more step and that was game. That's how close they were to losing it all there. I'm going to go back to the fight as we do see Tazik now in an awkward situation as Aegis getting stunned. Grave Robber goes in. Actually, we have Varian going down in the backline once again. This may be all she wrote. His ult is up in 10. We do see Emski doing their best to get their cleaves off. And yeah, Malfail into this heavy damage, high health comp is just so much healing for them. As you see Frank, she is stepping back to try and get that objective now. Poppin' Fresh does just walk up and just slap them, run away. Jaina is doing the best. We do see that is a water elemental coming out. We do see a trade on the left-hand side. Uther for... Oh, actually, Stock is actually getting kills. Actually, this is now relatively even. We see Reptile coming back up. However, that is the next one going down. Stock, pop off, lad. Yep. Not quite the pop off I was hoping for, but that is game and the series. Not the series. I'm apparently ahead of myself. That was just a very good game. That is game going with the side of Cho and Gall Rangers. Why did I say series? What? Where am I? What am I doing today? Anyway, let's have a look at the game summary screen. Yes, push this. So, Tychus doing the best. 58k damage. Very even to Jaina as well. It's not even 10 AM for me. I slept in today because I don't have to work. It was great. But yeah, it's 9:49 AM. And apparently I'm tired. But we do see that Junkrat and Jaina both pumped out an immense amount of damage that Uther wasn't quite able to keep up with. Yes, Thrall, Dahaka, Varian all have very good self-sustain, but the Uther didn't quite keep up with what damage was being pumped into them because Malfail's percent damage is, or any percent damage really is quite difficult for Uther to deal with in a lot of situations. So that was maybe a misstep on their part, but I did at least like both the comps they're running, just it did very much see it was Cho and Gall Rescue Rangers map where they kind of knew definitely how they were going to play it out, and we get to kind of see how it ran down. Just look at quests. We did see that actually Crash Lightning was completed, Ufa's quest was completed, and anything standing out to me? No, not really. This all makes sense. I don't know May enough to judge on how May works. Junkrat trap build, as we have seen by Juggerob, was a bit PTSD inducing, a bit like, God, I don't want to ever do this again. But what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to throw it over to my map view screen as we figure out what's the next map together, because I've realized I can just do that instead of just muting myself every time. So let's have a look at my notepad that I have written things down on, and we actually have... Where is it? Where's my... Voskaya time. Also, this Team 1. Map 1. See, I'm not a tank player. I played tank for a season in NGS, my very first season when I played in Division E. And hated it. I hate playing tank because of it. I refuse to play tank under most situations I pick. Maybe a Muradin, maybe a Stitches every now and then. But for now, we do see that Chongal Rangers took the first map. We are moving on to Volskaya. Is it Foundry? Yes, Foundry. Industry is the other one. And as you can hear, we are commencing combat operations, so let's get over into the game. Starting with the side of all random, all middle age this time, we do have Juggerob on the Muradin, Stoic on Junkrat, Muffin Man. I think they were just like, no, if we were having Junkrat, I don't want to deal with Junkrat again. Muffin Man Brightwing, Barber is on the... I'm making gun like pew 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 actions, trying to remember what Greymane's name is, and Poppin' Fresh is on the Blaze, which I imagine will be offlane Blaze here. Then we have Grave Robber 9 on the Stukov, Imsky on the Thrall, Fading Cheshi on the Vala, also making pew actions for that. Frank, she is on the Orphea this time, and we do have Tazik awkwardly stunned a few times on the... Oh my gosh, Tazik's really just getting thrown around. On the Diablo, what I was trying to say. Before Tazik was just getting tossed around like a paper bag. I don't know where I was going with that one, but here we are. Right, we do see Blazers already rotated down to start soaking. We do see now that Juggerob is getting pushed in on by Thrall. Thrall not ending up in a place I really want to be, but hey, they at least didn't go behind the gate. I've unfortunately fallen trapped to that, going behind the gate. And we're actually, are we going to get a double soak from Poppin' Fresh and then a heavy push from the side of Cho'Gath Rescue? Yes, we are. I do actually like this play because it's very much, since the wells have been changed, the free man, the ending is bottom. Poppin' Fresh actually also pretty low. We do see Thrall is playing under the gates, but we may need to see a change of plan from either team. And it may need to be that Cho'Gath Rescue Rangers are ones that need to change over to all random all middle ages plan. Which Thrall can't really do that. Thrall wants to duel. So if you have a good double soaker and you decide, actually double soaker, you go top bot, top mid, we'll hard shove bot. That does make it very hard for the kind of more dually off lane to get much value. But now we can see an invade is going to happen as Barber, Juggerob and co are stepping up. We do see a stun going on to Rob, but now silence coming out. Tazik is just slapping what he can. Juggerob is being held in a little bit, and we can see, I was wondering if we are going to see Turret King pop, and actually that removes both frontliners. Juggerob actually relatively low, manages to hit the hammer. Barber gets pushed out by Tazik at perfect time. Actually, Juggerob will be going down. We do see both turrets have been dropped, and this is now a 5v4. Barber and Stoic doing their best to get out. Muffin Man also. That looks like auto attack Vala. I haven't actually checked yet, and we do see a valiant attempt to everyone get out. Both camps were taken by all random all middle age, but fortunately Rescue Rangers were actually able to get them both to be dropped before the objective. Which, in all honesty, if you're Rescue Rangers, like, sure, you're down experience a little bit, but at least now the turrets aren't going to be used for the objective. Right. Let's have a look at talents now we calm down. Oh, yep, auto attack Vala, what a surprise. And really, that's actually the only main stacking quest to kind of note as of the moment. I'm just going to quickly mute myself while I have some water, so just bear with me. I am back. We do see that Rescue Rangers do step onto this objective first because they are wanting to get that started. However, it may be that or random all middleweights just decide to kind of squeeze out 7s before they choose to engage. And it looks like that is going to be the case. Frank, she's doing her best, just get extra soak, just trying to keep them up. We do see Vala is dealing with that top camp, so even less time stacking on that level 1. And the less stacked they are at level 1, probably the better it is for all random all middle age. But we do see Frank is getting stunned. They try to step through. Well, Juggerob's kind of zone of control, and level 7s are actually through, but Juggerob is actually a bit too low to kind of really hold on there too long. But Poppin' Fresh now left a little bit high and dry. We do see the slow coming out from Grave Robber. Vala and Cheshi are doing their best. However, flip back in. Blades couldn't quite get that charge out, and that'll be them going down. So we may just go back to the general all random, all bot. All random, all bottom age? As they are just the side of all random, all middle age running down bottom just a little bit longer. We do see Barber just get swipe out. Juggerov getting pushed by Tazik, and that will be objective going over the side of Rescue Rangers. If you're all random, all middle age, this isn't the end of the world. It is just the first Punisher. Yeah, it will still get the... Look, I was trying to make a joke that everyone was just running it down bottom. But... yes. But now we do see... Alternatively, we can see all random, all top aged, which also sounds weird later. But yes, we do have Mech going down. Fortunately, Vala can't stack as well as she'd maybe like at the moment, just because if it was the mech by all random all middle age, Vala can stack off that. However, oh my god, it just did a loop. Just because mech can't actually fit through this gap, so I had to kind of find another way of pathing, I suppose. And we do see that mech drops right in front. We do see a nice charge from Tazik, meaning that they won't get stunned immediately coming out of it, and neither will Frank. She was also able to get out because with Mirrored and stunned, they kind of don't have that lockdown to get anyone to stay in. Let's have a look at 7s. Oh, we do have... Okay, I was curious about that. We do have Gilnan Cocktail build from Greymane. That's going... Well, sure, it may not do much yet. It's going to do a lot later in the game. We do see a nice stun from Poppin' Fresh. Tessa getting relatively low. Grey Brother also. There'll be both of them going down. That is a good double kill to kind of even up the kills that have happened so far this match. Game? Map. That's probably a better way to say it. We do have 10s are about to come through for all random all middle age. There it is. I imagine we're going to see Riptire, Billet. Yep, this is all making sense so far. Bunker from Blaze, Avatar from Mirrodin, Blink Heal Brightwing. All relatively standard heroics picked here. We're not going to see anything like a Combustion or a Haymaker. That'll be a little bit too wild. And on the other hand, not quite as standard, however, we do see a Eternal Feast from Orthea. That's probably about the main thing that kind of stands out here. But we also have Apoc, Diablo, Flailing Swipe Stukov. There's a big silence. There's the Apoc. There's actually Earthquake in the backline. There is that Chomp, that Eternal Feast. And actually Mirrodin wasn't able to... Mirrodin did try to jump over that wall. You could see it, but Tazik actually managed to find them just before the jump could get over. And instead of following them, they just kind of get mushed straight into the wall and will go down. And the only thing I didn't mention so far was actually Rain of Vengeance from Vala. Meanwhile, top is getting relatively low. We do see Poppin' Fresh is going to clear it, popping that. Adrenalism back? Adrenalism back. Junkrat just doing their best to be it. Or Barber and Junkrat doing their best to be annoying. Doesn't quite do anything too much with it, but that is Barber getting stacked. And that is going to be a lot of damage on Gilnan Cocktail now. You'll find that on these objectives, it may even get kills that you normally wouldn't expect would happen. Emsky decides they don't want Barber to touch them, just use the little route to get him away, and actually we do have problems going on up here. We have Muffin Man being chased down by 4 members. Poppin' Fresh managed to get out, and actually both members managed to get out top, and now we have bottom being taken. Which, for this objective, it's... Okay, for this objective, technically, what Rescue Rangers have done are better for this present objective. But as most people see the last objective, or even A as kind of the ending ones now. We do have very much a set game plan from all random all middle age of just, again, they're running it down one lane. They are kind of living up to their namesake despite it being the wrong lane. And we do see charge coming out on Muradin. Juggerod does get slapped back once by this firearm sword to get further back. However, jump plus avatar means they will get out safely. And we are coming up to the next objective is now up. Both teams relatively close to 13. So, but it will still slightly be in the favor of all random all middle age. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if they just decide to give this objective and just run it down bottom again, considering that's what they did last objective, that's what they look to do this partway through this one. But no, instead of it just to back off a little bit, get the camp, and get that 13 advantage. And so now we'll be in a little bit interesting spot for Rescue Rangers. Oh. Are we thinking about it again, Muradin? Jack Rob's like looking. Oh. Once again, we are looking at running it down bottom. I feel like I understand. Well, yes. Last map may have been frustrating for Juggerop. I feel like I may understand if this one was a little bit frustrating for Rescue Rangers as well, as they are just going to tear apart these gates once again. We're not going to see any halving. We do see Tezik and Frank both running down to kind of hold that progress. However, if they come in a bit too staggered, yeah, we do see Tezik is using a minion to make sure they're not charged, they're not actually caught by the trap. But it is now they had to react, and in the time it took them to react, the entire gate is gone. So again, we are opening up that win condition for all random all middle age, and we do see Pop and Fresh has now managed to muscle out Emsky, and the rest of the actual team of all random all middle age will now be hitting top as well. We do get some aggressive pings. Emsky is very unsure about going through that. Oh, yep. Yep, that's a lot of damage. That's a very good fall. We do see actually charge coming out onto Stoic. Stoic now Orc situation. Actually, Tezik flips him out of his own APOC, which maybe not ideal for him, maybe not quite the plan, but it did happen at least. But we do now see Muradin is kind of stuck forever, as we do actually have that auto attack Diablo. As long as he's auto attacking and stunning, he will be getting that CDR. He will be getting that extra attack speed. And if you're unfortunate to be stuck in the claws, you're not really going to go anywhere very fast. We do see Kurtzblock coming out. We see a stun coming out. Tezik is kind of holding on, hoping that Grave Robber does the best to keep him up. And actually, there'll be Blaze going down first. Blaze is just a bit too aggressive compared to the rest of the team. Is now objective will likely go to the side of Rescue Rangers. However, I'm going to imagine if they choose not to defend it, they're just going to run straight down bottom. But we see Frauds going, let's not have that happen, eh? I don't want just a random bunch of blokes just appear down here. But we do have Protector up now, just getting that peppering that damage in, and it looks like they'll be heading straight bottom, which is kind of a typical thing you see now. As we do see it, we saw like a bullet just appear as it's slowly walking there, and now we start the damage. But Juggerop just going to start peppering it. As we do have it slowly go down. Wait, I wonder. Vala's yet to die. That's very good. That's very good if you're the side of Gall Rescue Rangers, because she still has that full auto attack speed. And we do now, yeah, this is what I like to see. I like to see the aggression going past the Protector, because Protector, despite its namesake, isn't the best at protecting the rest of your... It's great at protecting the two people in the mech. It's terrible at protecting the rest of your team outside of that one button. We can now see Barbara's in awkward situations. They barely hold on, less than 20 health, but they didn't go down. That is the important thing. They actually managed to survive. I think there may have been a little bit of, we should have gone with that grey main, but not the end of the world. 16s are through for both teams. Juggerop and Stoic are doing their best to hold on. However, if that is a full 5-man just running at your building, it's not going to stay for much longer if it's just for 2 of you. But yep, 16s through for both sides. I'm going to bring up Talents and Skin as that has rolled through, because we do see major power spikes both times. Actually, more and more, I'm seeing this Q build from Orphea. I do want to try it out myself, despite the fact I'm not very good at Orphea. It's probably the main kind of, Juggerob's been stuck in a corner for about 10 years. Tezik is able to comfortably walk on. Actually, it will be Juggerop going down first. Pop and Fresh did get that Ancestral Wrath put out of him by Frawl, and will go down pretty quickly. We do actually see Blaze manage to find Diablo. What? Was it oil on the ground? It must have been oil on the ground. Diablo now picks up the charge challenge. Right, let's close that now and have a look at what's happening. We're just going to have camps once again happen. We do see bottom turret camp being taken once again by all middle age. They also managed to take the bottom left one. Well, actually, so confused sometimes. Meanwhile, the side of... Oh, it was the turret, okay. Because I was like, either it's oil or turret, but I guess I looked back and went, oh, there's a turret there, and then didn't put 2 and 2 together. Either way, that is a very important kind of revenge kill if you are the side of all random middle edge, because it means you do have that one less, that the enemy side, the opposition of Rescue Rangers does have that one less body on the court. Now Juggerob's in a bit of an awkward situation. Muffin Man is also stuck. We do see Luke coming out. Barber not quite going to hold on. They do use roll, but it is going to eventually go down. Juggerob is doing the best just to sit there and survive. However, that's a bit too much damage. Just imagine we have Manticore from Vala now. Then Poppin' Fresh is actually charged onto Vala, doing the best. Does drop the bunker, is running away, and we do see that M-Ski is also actually relatively low, but that will be 2 kills again for the side of Chong Rescue Rangers, as they are just trying to keep their momentum up as much as possible. Yep, Manticore. Right. Diablo's kind of wanting to dissuade Poppin' Fresh from being there. Feels like, hey, don't do it. I'm going to hit you. I'm going to hit you. Do not do it. My camp. Stay away. Don't clear it. You stay away. And we do see Poppin' Fresh was a bit too timid to really want to step into that, but now we see the full force of, well, basically full force. 4 members of Chongal Rescue Rangers stepping up to kind of defend this camp, make sure it gets a little bit of damage. But we're really starting to enter one fight territory now. As if Rescue Rangers get a very good fight here, they will have their Storm Talents on. Poppin' Fresh trying their best to get Storm Talents back as well. Now in an awkward situation, need to back up. We do see that they want... I do like this. I do like that all random, all middle age is wanting to aggress before 20s come through. We do see Curse Bullet coming out. We see actually a lot of damage coming out. Tezek now in an awkward situation. And that'll be the Diablo taken down. They didn't quite have full Soul Stone, so that is very good timing if you are all random, all middle age. That was a very good fight to take for you, because it means you now have that chance to catch up, and there's not much that Rescue Rangers can do in the meantime. So we do now see that building is getting pushed into. Juggerob stepping up. They do have Avatar for... I was going to say a little bit longer. No, I was wrong. They do not have it up anymore. We do say now the objective is being channeled by Blaze. This tower is getting peppered by the side of Random Middle Mage. And Rescue Rangers are really just kind of holding on till 20s. Yeah, there they are now. Let's have a look at the Storm Talents as they roll through. We do have Eldritch Conduit by Orphea, so kind of going into that, she's going to do a lot of spell damage very soon. I can't remember what it's called. Storm of Vengeance from Vala. That's really a talent that I can't remember what it's called. All I know is what it does. It's not a talent I remember what it's called, but otherwise we see Hellgate from Diablo, Controlled Chaos Stukov, as well as Irvin Shields from Thrall. Yes. And we do have... Running it down once again, are we? Now we're at all random. No, not quite all. But no, we do see camp picked up. We do see now Storm Talents are through for all random, all middle age. As Bunker, Fortified Bunker's picked up, we do see Hunter's Blunderbuss. Yeah, Hunter's Blunderbuss from Greymane, Rewind Muradin, Invisible Friends Brightwing, and Cannonball by Junkrat. So things making relative sense. Poppin' Fresh now in a bit of a dangerous situation. Do we see Bunker getting dropped? That is going to do a lot to cleanse. Oh gosh, Tezek's running after Poppin' Fresh. Poppin' Fresh does drop the Pyromania just in case. But important thing about that bunker, it did actually mean that the ticks of Ancestral Wrath weren't able to quite find anything. And now we just have all random all mage just running it down top. If you are Rescue Rangers here, you have a decision to make. Do you just end with Protector, or do you defend? And it looks like we have a 50-50 split. So just watch Greymane just go jump in and immediately just get yeeted on out. And we do now have their hands being dodged. Mech isn't being abandoned yet. We're going to have a 3v4. We do have Hammer hit by Juggerop. Another Hammer being hit as that was a rewind used. There's that Control Chaos. And actually that would be the... For all going down, we do see Frank decided to back now as she's going to join the fray. Diablo's still pushing. But no, this core is now at 70%. The core is actually going down faster than the Punisher is at the moment. We do hear a slap coming out. Juggerob's doing best. Juggerob did pop a lot of abilities, but it wasn't quite able to get out. And that is now a 4-man kill for the side of Random Middle Age. We did see that Diablo did temporarily jump out of that mech. And I don't think at this point Gall Rescue Rangers can end, because this is actually a very big map. You have a lot of distance cover. This mech is basically down. And we do see Tazk pops out now, stun coming out. There's actually going to be a decent amount of damage already on them. They're already at half health after popping out from full. We do see now that this is this building going down. Thrall needs a defense, not Thrall. Poppin' Fresh needs a defense of a lifetime. We do see a nice double stun coming out. We do see actually dodging quite a few skill shots. Hellgate being used as that is Poppin' Fresh being pushed away. However, we see Frank, she catches those hands of the core. Poppin' Fresh just running in there, dropping bunker, dropping whatever abilities they can out to make sure it holds on a bit longer. And keep in mind, we're now actually 10 seconds out from everyone respawning. If they're able to hold on a bit longer, we're not gonna go. That is an excellent 4-man stun, and actually Poppin' Fresh has been able to hold on. Those hands from the core also helping. It's dropping to 50%. Oh no. Oh, are they going to be able to hold on? Juggerop jumps in. We see Grave Rob actually hitting them back. Hitting them on top of Frank and Shei-Shi, as now we're in awkward situations. That is 1 damage over 2 damage deal is going down. We hit the core at 23%. Tazk looking if they can end, but however that may not be enough, as that is them getting that silence route coming out. They're flipping, holding on for dear life. That will be 16%. We do see now Barber going onto the backline, and that is... Oh no! Yeah, there was Soulstone used, but what could have been a win for the side of Rescue Rangers has suddenly been turned around. The core's hands, as well as the stuns coming out from Blaze, meant that it wasn't a finish, it wasn't a GG. These cores sometimes, those hands do a lot to slow down everything, and like, yeah, sure, they lost Blaze in the process, but there was so much that could have gone wrong there. They lost Blaze, yeah, sure, they lost Blaze as a saying, but the core stayed up. And the core staying up is all you need in this game, in all honesty. And Juggerop is doing their best to kind of make sure Tazk dies. We do see again dive on. Barber will manage to find the kill there. And now we're at 53%, and 4 members of the core on. 4 members all ran at all major core. But however, we see Vala come back. We see Orphea coming back now. As we see Juggerop is catching now those hands. As this is now going... Are we going to see the same thing happen again? As Muffin Man is trying to hold on for dear life. Nope, we see Muffin Man catches his hands. We see Vala going down. We saw a weird ragdoll physic. Is now... Mirror is getting their hands. We do see Core, however, will go down this time. All random, all middle age, getting that win. Oh! Oh my gosh. Those cores holding on for dear life. If my team can't do the job, I'm going to do it. As you saw those hands constantly coming in. And oh... It's going to be a rough one if you're Rescue Rangers there. That is going to be a hard kind of mental robot to get over if you were them. Right, let's have a look at the summary real quick. Let's see what kind of happened that game. We definitely had a very siege-orientated kind of game plan for all random, all middle age, while the team fight for Gall Rescue Rangers was very excellent when it came down to those objectives. However, in the objective versus... To go to kind of some theory behind the game, in an objective versus split push, what's the word? Macro, in objective versus macro comps, typically you have macro comps winning it out, and we kind of did see that there, because, yeah, if they went on to objective, they didn't win all too often. And we see they actually avoided it a lot and decided instead just to push lanes. We can see that bottom lane they pushed hard in the beginning, top lane they pushed hard in mid-game. That did lead to their kind of win condition being open because it was a close game in the end. And we can see that they were behind the kills because whenever the side of all random all middle age, Gall Rescue Rangers did show up, all random all middle age kind of had to leave, they had to back out, so they didn't quite want to deal with what was happening. But yeah, that's a close game. This should be a good game 3, but let's have a quick look at talent, see if anything that stands out. Gildan cocktail build. Don't see that often anymore. That's kind of the main thing that will kind of stand out for me. Otherwise, Vala did pretty well at getting those stacks up, considering how little all-random middle age wanted to fight. So, without much more, let's actually cut it over to my map view screen. And we're just going to open up this button here. I'm going to have to leave that replay because you're going to hear my buttons being pushed, and I'm just going to quickly open that water bottle. So yeah, Voskai was talking about all random, all middle age. So what do we have for the last map of the Oh, yes, one of my favorite maps. Yeah, Battlefield of Eternity, let's go. Recently, I've been loving playing... Oh no, he's about to reveal his tactics. No, I don't play offlane this season. Oh no, I love like Samurai on this map because I just like stacking on Sam. He's so fun. This is how people figure out I'm a monster. I like Samurai. I like Samurai like over 2 heroes. People are like, oh no, keep it away from me. Anyway, let's head on over into the game. Because on the, let's start right hand side this time as they are this side who kind of ready for this. Actually, I'm not ready for anything in particular because now we are at the point of a map 3. We see Emsky is on the Imperius. Grave Robber 9 is on the right wing. Fading Cheshi is on... I'm looking at him going, what is that character again? Gunman. Gunman. Jimmy Rayner, that's it. Tazik is on Joanna, and Frank is on the Li Ming, and I realized my mic was a bit far from my face there, sorry for that last little bit. Meanwhile, on the left-hand side, we do have Poppin' Fresh is on the Leoric. Muffin Man is dropping that turret as the Rhaegar turret. That's not correct. Stoic is the Greymane once again. Barber is on Chromie, and Juggerob is on May. So both comps have very good race actually this map. Because I imagine if I push this button here, we're going to see, yep, Exterminator on Raynor. But however, we do have a more standard auto attack build coming out from Greymane this time. We do see Juggerob doing best to hold everything out. Barber getting those kind of shots peppered in, and actually it's a W build Chromie, and that's the only stacking that is going to be happening at level 1. Alright, we see... Oh, yep. I know this tactic. Greyman's just making his sojourn up all the way top, and he's going to be probably doing the top camp as soon as it comes up. Basically as soon as he gets up there. We see that Juggerob is unstopped. They're just going to use that ice block to heal themselves back up. Tazik checks bot camp, goes, no one's here, we're fine. We do see Slide actually barely getting them into that Blizzard, and actually that'll be a nice phase shift from Grave Robber coming out. They're not going to get stunned, but they are at least going to get Tazik up, and that will be them going down. Oh, Emsky has figured it out. Emsky has figured it out. Greymane, oh no. But however, Emsky did keep stepping out of that bush, so there's not too much they can do about it. Bomb Fresh is going to try to keep them zoned out. We do see now camp is taken. And the thing about Imperius, he doesn't like going into camps. Camps are difficult for him. We do see bottom camp, however, is taken by Cho and Gall Rescue Rangers. Probably that call came. As soon as they realized Greymane was there, we're like, camp, go, take it. There's only 3 members there. You can believe them. We do actually see Raynor is stepping up, which correct choice in this matter, because Raynor can clear these easier, but it doesn't at least make it easier for the side of all random or middle age to clear it. So, see Q coming out, we see Stock and Bomb Fresh backing off as Emsky and Fading Cheshi is just that bit higher on health, and they don't really want to deal with it too much, and we do actually have objectives getting called soon, so Greymane will be probably starting this camp, I imagine, just a few moments. Level 4s are first through for the side of all random or middle age, but in just a few moments, I imagine we're going to see Chongal Rescue Rangers get theirs. Yep, here it is. So, where are we going with this one? There's the chicken called May is... I was going to say, May is just like chilling, but... We see she's ready. Yes. Kill that minion. I've never actually like looked closely at these minions. He just floats. These ones walk. This one floats. Right, let's zoom back out. As we do have Juggerob just get smacked in the butt on the way out by Fading Cheshi. And we will have the Immortals currently, well, coming up in just a few moments. We do have the side of all random middle ages, all random middle age we take Belith, while that one there is Ilarion is being attacked there. Pop Fresh does use Wraithwalk to get out. They're not quite wanting to stay in there for too long. Juggerob manages to get a stun onto Brightwing. Brightwing is going, that's a bit rude, mate. Can you not? We do now see a lot of damage coming out. Actually, I thought Joe immediately finished Subdue. I'm like, nice! No, it's not quite how that graphic works. The stock gets hit with shield, does go in, does go back out. And all the while, Raynor is racing. That's very important to know, as that Raynor is kind of, yeah, sure, Raynor does a lot of damage, but the race is very important in this map. As you see, it's relatively even, but still in favor of them. And we see Stock now in a situation getting double stuff. May tries her best to peel, however Frank manages to find the kill. She does finish that off. We just see Orb doesn't quite find through, and that will likely be objective going over now this map to the side of Rescue Rangers. As Cheshi is just doing best to do it, and the all random or middle age is getting zoned off by the rest of the team. Poppin' Fresh tries to go for a little bit of a last kind of hit on it. Nearly went down for their efforts, but it's not the biggest shield in the world. You have definitely seen worse shields from early Immortals. So all in all, if you are the side of random middle age, you don't have to be too concerned, but you do still need to defend this, as even an early Punisher can do a lot. And level 7s are coming through soon for both teams. We do see now that Cho and Gall Rescue Rangers are slightly ahead. As they did get that kill, they did have a little bit extra soak going on. We do have Muffin Man dove in to get a little damage on that Punisher, because unfortunately for Muffin Man, they can't really do damage outside of melee, outside of drop totem, place lightning shield, kill it. We do see 7s are for the same time both scenes. I can see that, I'll show talents in a few moments actually, just because I can talk about a few things here. We see Quest is now completed by Chromie. Ooh, Tezek barely didn't actually hit that subdue. Stock was barely out of a range of it. Phase being used, Stock dodging the globe. Right, let's bring up talents once again. Yep, Calamity Li Ming. That's Murderer. We do see now they're stepping on bottom. I imagine we're not going to see a kind of too big a fight being picked here, because that's 4 members. Well, you only have 3 members down here. Chromie finish off her W quest. I say that, but then both Juggernaut and Muffin Man go in, then we go, we're forced off the point. And I go, okay, then we leave it. The thing to note is, Imperius can now clear. Imperius has his auto attack talent that lets him cleave, and that's very important. Well, speaking of very important, Poppin' Fresh gets here at the perfect time, and that is objective taken by the side of Random or Middle Age. And Brightwing, oh, I don't know. I think Brightwing's phase shift was cancelled. I don't know if that was maybe a good thing, because if it still went off, you'd have a much easier time to clear if you're the side of all Random or Middle Age. But meanwhile, we do now have actually still a heavy push coming in now top, and they just managed to clear at bottom. But there is now a rotation. We'll see if they get caught out. Poppin' Fresh is standing. I nearly just spilled my water on my keyboard. That would have been disastrous. So Poppin' Fresh was holding a bit lower, just as almost a ward, but they were able to get out relatively safely. And Emski maybe feeling a bit too much love, let's say. A little bit too much attention is coming into the top lane. Be like, guys, I don't want to deal with this. There's 2 people here constantly. They're bullying me. Which, yeah, I would say, as an offlaner, I don't like getting bullied in the off. I'm like, nah, 2 people is a bit too much for me, man. Muffin Man actually managed to eat the orb. I said manages, they do eat the orb. It's not a reset build. It's a Stoic dives in, does have Frank in orb position. Now Frank gets pushed back into the Blizzard, as they are going to hold on. They do teleport in. Chromie's doing their best to get that damage out as well, and there we have phase shift going out to Frank. However, Tezek is now left in an awkward situation, knowing that they don't have phase shift available for them. Stock does back out enough, and we do have Raynor once again has been racing this whole time, manages to get ejected down. I wonder if all Random or Middle Age, if they just decided to defend, they could catch out Cheshi and actually have a, as I said, I wonder if they can catch out Cheshi and gonna get on top of him. As you can see, they actually did it that time, but weren't able to take him down. The thing about May is, yeah, she has excellent zoning potential, but if you want to get that 1 kill real quick, it's not the easiest. Outside of you need Avalanche or Icefall, you need your heroics to get that quick kill. But we do now have objectives are kind of slowly, I've pushed the wrong button. Let's just zoom all out, as we do see now there are multiple fights going on. Brightwing's in an awkward situation, doesn't have the escape yet. And actually with that kill, there'll be heroics coming through for the side of all Random or Middle Aged. As you see Icefall coming out, so not Bryce and Tomb coming out, also another one of those great tools to make it. This is a kind of a pseudo engage, as if you can trap someone somewhere, they ain't leaving. Slowing Sand still by Chromie, but she picked it up 2 levels ago as her level, that's how her level, not level 1, her trait works, as she gets her talents 2 levels earlier than everyone else. Ancestral Healing, Rhaegar, Cursed Board, Greymane. On the other hand side, we have Raynor's Raider on Raynor. Wave of Force Li Ming, Falling Sword Joanna, Blink Heal Brightwing, oh, and Wrath of Anguirus. Yes! Yes! We do see actually Sphere came out Imperious, but we'll actually focus here for now as Raph and Magiris are off map, and actually that would be Leoric going down. I wish I looked. I didn't even look at my health. I'm like, oh, things are happening up here. I saw the Spirit map, and then I just saw a ghost appear. Punisher, Protector, Immortal is getting relatively low. We do see that it's going to get one last hit off, maybe one more. No, and that will be it going down. Bottom lane relatively even. Top lane still in favor of the side of all random all middle age. They do have both his towers up, and Leoric is now back up with that kind of respawn advantage. They get off Fed trait, and for once, nope, Greymane's making his journey up top once again. So we're probably going to have a camp trader once again. Juggerop slides on just a bit too late, is going to take a little bit too much damage for it. Fading Chaishi does take a decent amount of damage in return. However, that is a siege camp up. And we do actually now have the side of Gall Rescue Rangers already stepping up. Greymane needs to finish. Oh, I was going to say, Greymane needs to finish this camp now. Yeah, Greymane basically did finish this camp immediately as I was saying that. But very good getting out. Actually, because Joe's not with him, the side of all random all middle age is going, we push now. However, Greymane missing means they don't have amazing push. Chromie does have that reduced damage on structures, actually non-heroic targets in general, I believe. See, May is trying to stop Tazak best they can. Iron Skin popped. And they'll be them going out as far as they can. Curse Bullet hitting Tazak, and we do see Falling Sword coming out. Brightwing now unstoppable under it, and we see Muffin Man? Juggerop, I don't know. Someone gets stunned out of it, and that means they will be having to back out. We do see Blizzard coming out. Grave Robber is slowed. Doesn't quite go down. We see Slowing Sands just still sitting on that building. Not really doing anything there, but looking pretty. Right. Next objective coming up in a few moments. We have camps being taken once again. Stoic and Muffin Man tearing for this. I imagine we're going to get a quick reset for mana just before objectives come up, or at least a tap or something. We do have May getting pot. We do have, once again, nice unstock, because it sounded like actually the spear hit. And we have now Immortals coming up, as I'm just going to have this zoomed out version of a camera up until we go in. Because we do see down here, we do have that bottom big push on by both teams. Frank doesn't quite find their combo, and actually, oh, Entomb barely misses Frank. That is a good dodge by her, but she is able to back out. We do see Poppin' Fresh is that Wraith build doing the best they can to kind of get that, all that damage reduction out. Ice Wall hits the Imperious, which, great, but however, it wasn't quite the follow-up there. Falling Sword hitting Poppin' Fresh and Stoic, going back in. Actually, Tazak is now in Orca situation. We see a lot of people in the Slowing Sands. As Muffin Man Stoic came in to back out. Same for Poppin' Fresh and Muffin Man. All relatively low. Juggerop is barely holding on. We do see Unstock come out. Frank is doing her best to finish him off, but she isn't quite able to find it. We do see Imperious using Ratham and Geras onto Leoric. Leoric now in the backline. That will be them going down, as that is the first kill of this fight, going over to the side of Gall Rescue Rangers. However, we have a camp pushing top. We have this going down bot. We're about to probably see two forts going down this Immortal phase. Stoic trying their best to take down people. We see Frank going down. We see Grave Robber also in danger. And actually, we have now the side of Rescue Rangers getting forced off, as that will be Joe going down, that will be Brightwing going down. We see Raynor is trying the best just to race. We see Emsky is now the lone soldier as Icefall comes out. Maybe not the best use of Icefall, but there is still going to be a... Oh no. Oh no, May. Oh no, May. Oh no, May. As that will be now a 5 kill for the side of all random middle age. Yeah, we're going to need to see this objective gets defended. But I wonder if Greymane gets through there in time. Li Ming may just look to see if she can get a quick combo off. She's thinking, no, she doesn't eventually do it because she's too afraid. Understandable. I'd say she's too afraid that she'll get caught out trying to do it, which, fair enough. Top did go down, but top fort did go down because of that Shaman camp. No one dealt with it, no one could, just because of how late it came out. And we do see now that Punisher? Why do I keep saying Punisher? This is not Infernal Shrines. I'm too used to Infernal Shrines. Like, Diablo theme, Punisher. No, the Immortals will be coming top to get it out. But not the biggest shield. It's not going to get too much damage on this keep, I'd imagine. Or at least it will go down before too much damage can go out of the keep. 1 Sword Sing. 2 Sword Sing. 3 Sword Sing. 4 Sword Swings. That is far harder to say than I'd imagine. Sword Sing, swing. Sword Swing. Just say Sword Swing to yourself. It gets worse the more you say it. It just doesn't sound normal. Yo, everyone's probably going to do far better than mine, just like sword swing. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And now I'm but we do see now we're seeing a lot of damage pushed in. Poppin' Fresh doesn't quite find that. Okay, just typing sword swing is not the same thing. As you see, Tazak barely gets that falling sword out of time. However, that is Poppin' Fresh going down first. Tazak's in an awkward situation, 200 health, but we don't have a follow-up for the side of showing. We don't have this follow-up for Random All Middle Age as they now are backing out. But Joe did actually get found at the end. Not ideal. But she nearly got out. But not quite it. As we do see now fading Che, she is in danger. Grave Robber does get phase shift off of him. But now that's Grave Robber in all situation. They do need to use Blink Heal to get out. And that would be a lot of pings going on top camp. Top camp is now probably going to be taken by the side of Random All Middle Age. Good thing though is actually they're running out of resources. That mana's getting relatively low. Jugger Rob does manage to dodge the orb. Nicely done. Imperius, however, can't really take camp on their own, and we're going to see probably this top 4 go down at least before the objective, but I do imagine we're going to see some, oh, once again, Van Tomb just falling short. Poppin' Fresh is trying to, wow, that went down fast. Poppin' Fresh is really doing their best to try and make sure that it can happen, but we're going to see some halves? Nope, we're just going to get camp taken. Coming up to objective, yeah, sure, you're going to be a little bit late to racing, but we do see Imperius is doing that camp, and we're going to be late on both fronts. No, they're not going to do their Bruiser camp. They're just going to go straight to the Punisher. Immortal. They're going to go straight to the Immortal. See, Juggerob is looking to harass us a little bit. Same for Poppin' Fresh. And Race has actually gone over to the side of Random All Middle Age for this first pick. We do see Lurok is going to clear top while halftime Showstock and Muffin Man are tearing it up. And actually, a defense is coming out from the side of Rescue Rangers. They can see Leoric top, so I'm surprised that they did decide to defend it first. Poppin' Fresh now actually taking a lot of damage from Emski. Is Emski? Yeah, they are percent damage at 1. No wonder that's doing so much. They've been able to do so much to Leoric. And now we have Posturing. I'm going to drink some water while this is happening. I haven't drunk in a little bit, so let me just mute myself. Thank you for water break teams. Anyway, now we're back in the action. We do see Leoric Poppin' Fresh getting relatively low. Chase is found by the Entomb. Is not able to get anywhere. Doesn't quite have a kill pressure put on them though, so they are able to live that bit longer. And we do now see that is Punisher going... Immortal going down quickly as we see Juggerob is running for their life, Icebox in a bush. And now Imperius is clearing bottom throughout this is the thing to note. Actually, Leoric goes down first once again. Juggerob is pushed back, not quite into the Lee Ming combo because that may have been a very dead May. But they do slide out. We do see objective is coming up top. But will the side of... Yeah, Rescue Rangers, rest of Rescue Rangers are able to escape. Juggerob able to hold on thanks to that level 16 on... Yeah, that level 16 totem talent by... What is it called? Earthgrass Totem. By Rhaegar. Just doing so well to keep them up. Emski barely able to get out of a combo. Actually, Phase Shift comes out, healing him up for most of their... At least a decent chunk of health. Brave Robin, Emski... Oh! Never mind, no one's in the Entomb now. We see Leoric, for maybe the 3rd, 4th time this game, is going to get grabbed by Imperius, taken into the sky just to be dropped back down quite hard on the ground. Now we do see that this is still relatively healthy. Immortal does have a lot of its health up still, but it doesn't have a shield. It's half health now. It is doing its best to hit the building to get those stuns out. We do see stun coming out onto Poppin' Fresh. Poppin' Fresh getting relatively low, but will be backing out. Stoic doing their best to also kind of pester. But no, that will be that objective going down. But it did take out Gates and 2/3 of the keep. Which, if you're the side of more random, more middle age, nice. That is what you need. This still very much feels like it could go either way is the thing. Like, I know I've been talking about more random, more middle age a lot this game, but very much, let's have a little focus on Gall Rescue Rangers. They too still have a lot of race on their side. They have a good team fight as well. This is very much, it's very similar to style comps. We have 2 zoning tanks. We have okay, while we have a bit more of an engage Imperius, we do have Entomb from Leoric, which also kind of acts as a pseudo-engage. Again, we're getting the Imperius using that Rapid Magearus to lift them up, lift that a bit longer, and actually that means Brightwing is able to get the facial off of it. They will be able to get out because, yeah, as I say, the spear animation is still happening, and that is a very good escape for Emski. Other than that, look, again, we're going to talk about mirrors. We do have a lot of AoE healing from both Brightwing and Rhaegar with that big oh no button on both sides. We do have zone control by, I guess, Wave Force technically is, and Slowing Sands. And then we do have a extra damage utility, both coming out of Curse Bullet and Rainer's Raider. So, in essence, the comps are very similar. They're both very good raids, they're both pretty good team fight. But the thing is, we do have a level 20 advantage for the side of All Random Middle Age. Shatter coming up, we see, yep, that Silence and Doom. That Buried Alive is so important, especially if team members have escaped. Pestis Gromy, Farseer's Blessing on Rhaegar, and Hunt's Blunderbuss. And we do see now 20s coming through. We do see that, I can't remember what it was called, Raiders roll on Rainer. And we do see a hard race. Tazak is doing their best to slow him down. Actually, that race is very even. Repulsion, Li Ming, Joe's figuring out. I imagine we're going to see Falling Sword upgrade. Invisible Friends right wing, and Unrelenting Descent, which is a 30% heal if it hits properly. Did she pick a Lich's explosive? No. Joanna is still thinking. We hear Curse Bullet come out. Actually doesn't quite find its target. That's very important if you are the frontliners of Joe and Gall Rescue Rangers. Leoric and Imperius are clearing through this, so it is now a 4v4. However, Leoric does clear that a little bit faster and it's coming down. Imperius still working on it. Frank stepped up an interesting amount there, but no punishment really on them. Both teams are not close enough. That is not what you want to see if you're Li Ming. Li Ming will first go down. Fading Xie is now in danger. They'll be second to go down. We do see Tezek is in danger. Tazak is in danger. Getting forced out. Emski hitting a Nexus on double spear, and that will be another follow-up stun by Immortal. Tazak does get a nice stun on the Pomfresh. Pomfresh does get the Farseer's Blessing used on the Ancestral, keeping them up healthy enough. And that will be the Punisher Immortal going down to the side of Random Middle Age. That attack speed from Greymane at 16 does so much for burning that open. A 40% extra attack speed on what was already an extra attack speed is just a lot. And yeah, we do see that Heaven's Fury was picked by Joanna. This is going to be a difficult defense. Fortunately, there still is a little bit till the Immortal gets there. I didn't say protective at time. I'm going to point out I did not say protective at time. But Entomb comes out, doesn't quite find Grave Robber or any of the other targets. I imagine we're going to see Varaf and Geras being used in just a few moments. Tazak holding on for dear life. We do see Phasia coming up, does actually keep them up. There it is. We do see now Frank in danger. The Heaven's Fury doing best to get him up, and we do now see combo potential. Yep. There is the Raph and Geras. We do sound now. May is going down. That percent damage just does a bit too much. However, we do have a very healthy Immortal and Core, and that will be the game, and this time the series, going over to the side of All Random or Middle Age. GG called by both sides. Oh, that was a good series. Oh, I love a good series in the morning, because yep, it is indeed still morning for me. Let's have a quick look at the game summary before we go over to kind of our map view screen to kind of see how everything went down. So, we have relatively even stats across the board. Rhaegar, Chromie did a lot of damage. That's kind of my main thing to know here. Chromie did a lot. Other than that, Leoric got a little bit bullied, 4 deaths. Pretty even healing, roughly 10-ish K difference, but when you're at 100K, basically at 100K a piece, that's still pretty close. So yeah, this was a good map by All Random or Middle Age. They managed to, after that first map, which was not the greatest for them, I'm going to be honest. It wasn't the greatest showing for Random or Middle Age. They kind of collective themselves came back. The second map they did very well on, and then this did feel like it got either way up till the end. Yeah, sure, we did have a little bit of run of mill via or Random or Middle Age, but if Gall Rescue Rangers got that one good fight, that was essentially going to be the turnaround they needed. Right. Anything that stands out here before I go to the kind of my map view screen and we think about what's next? No. I would probably mention that while I do like Calamity build, it is very good for teamfight. It's not as good for racing. That's kind of the only thing I can think of here. That's kind of like the main standout thing. Otherwise, I'm a fan of everything that was happening. I am a fan of Calamity. Do not get me wrong. I am not by any means going on against Frank. Frank did amazing this series. Good stuff. But in the end, it was just going over to all random all middle age. But I'd like to thank you guys for watching. It was a fun series to cast, at least for me. Don't know if it was. And by the looks of it, I hope that you guys enjoyed what I had to say, at least, despite my 2 cents being a bit weird sometimes. But we did have a reverse sweep by all random all middle age. Gall Rescue Rangers did manage to take that first map of Towers of Doom. Then we did have all random middle age, all random all middle age pick up Sky Foundry, bring us to a map 3, and it was Battlefield of Eternity round out where all random all middle age managed to pick up that final victory, taking the series. Right, so what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to find probably another Division C game to cast. No guarantee it's going to be Division C, but I'm going to figure it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop on some music, have a drink, while I get this next bit. Oh, that Volskaya game was insane. I'm just looking at it again like, man, 16% on core, those hands doing so much just to kind of slow down the process of all random all middle-aged, progress of Gall Rescue Rangers, and barely kept all random all middle-aged in it to come back. Because this series could have been 2-0, but because of those hands, it was an exciting free map series. So, I'm going to go on break. Thank you everyone for watching at least this match. I'll be back soon, and we'll see what we have when I am, well, basically ready to cast the next one. So, catch you all later.